was the moment that shocked the world. Zinedine Zidane, one of football's greatest legends, stood on the biggest stage of his career, the 2006 World Cup final. With just minutes left in the game, he did the unthinkable. He headbutted Italian defender Marco Materazzi in the chest. The act cost France the match and left millions of fans in disbelief. But what really happened that night? What drove Zidane to such an extreme act? And what secrets lie behind one of football's most infamous moments? Stick around as we uncover the untold story of Zidane's headbutt, a tale of passion, pride, and the pressure of a lifetime. The 2006 World Cup final was supposed to be Zinedine Zidane's crowning moment. At 34 years old, he had already announced his retirement, and this was his last chance to lead France to glory. The stage was set, Berlin's Olympiastado, packed with 70,000 fans and millions more watching around the world. Zidane had been the tournament's standout player, scoring crucial goals and inspiring his team to the final. But in one shocking moment, everything changed. A split-second decision that would define his legacy forever. But what led to that moment? And what really happened between Zidane and Marco Materazzi? Let's rewind and dive into the untold story. Zinedine Zidane's journey to the 2006 World Cup final was nothing short of extraordinary. After retiring from international football in 2004, he was persuaded to return for one last shot at glory. France's campaign started slowly, but Zidane's brilliance soon shone through. He scored a stunning free kick against Spain in the round of 16, orchestrated a masterclass against Brazil in the quarterfinals, and converted a penalty in the semifinal against Portugal. By the time France reached the final, Zidane was the heart and soul of the team. Fans were calling it a fairy tale ending for one of football's greatest players. But fairy tales don't always have happy endings. The final was a tense, tightly contested match. France took the lead early with a Zidane penalty, but Italy equalized through Marco Materazzi. As the game wore on, it became clear that this would be a battle of wills. Zidane was at the center of everything, dictating play and creating chances. But as the match entered extra time, tensions began to rise. The pressure was immense, and the stakes could not have been higher. Then, in the 110th minute, it happened. Zidane and Materazzi exchanged words near the Italian penalty area. Suddenly, Zidane turned, lowered his head, and headbutted Materazzi in the chest. The ref immediately showed Zidane a red card, and France's talisman was sent off in disgrace. Italy went on to win the match in a penalty shootout, and Zidane's career ended in heartbreak. But what caused this shocking moment? What did Materazzi say to provoke Zidane? And why did Zidane react the way he did? For years, the world speculated what Marco Materazzi said to Zidane. Some claim Materazzi had insulted Zidane's mother, while others suggested he had made a racial remark. Zidane himself remained tight-lipped, only saying that Materazzi's words were very personal. It wasn't until later that the truth came out. Zidane later opened up on the incident in an interview with L'Equipe, saying, "He provoked me by talking about my sister Lila. I'm not proud of it, but it's part of my career at the same time. I was more fragile. He didn't insult my mother, but he did insult my sister." Materazzi in an interview later admitted he had insulted Zidane's sister, saying, "I prefer the whore that is your sister." For Zidane, a man known for his calm demeanor and quiet pride, this was the ultimate insult. But why did he react so violently? To understand that, we need to look at Zidane's background and the immense pressure he was under. Zinedine Zidane, popularly known as Zizou, was no stranger to pressure. Born to Algerian immigrants in Marseille, he grew up in a tough neighborhood where football was his escape. From an early age, he was hailed as a prodigy, and his career was marked by incredible height, like his 2 goals in the 1998 World Cup final against Brazil, leading France to their first ever World Cup trophy, and crushing lows. By 2006, Zidane was carrying the weight of an entire nation on his shoulders. France's hopes rested on him, and he knew this was his last chance to cement his legacy. The pressure was immense, and Materazzi's insult was the final straw. In that moment, Zidane's pride and emotions got the better of him, but was his reaction justified? And how did it impact his legacy? The fallout from Zidane's headbutt was immediate and far-reaching. France lost the match, and Zidane's red card became the defining image of the 2006 World Cup. Critics called it a moment of madness, while others sympathized with Zidane, seeing it as a human reaction to an unforgivable insult. Zidane himself expressed regret, but stood by his actions, saying, "I would rather die than apologize for defending my family. If I say sorry, I would also be admitting that what he did was normal, and for me, it was not normal." Materazzi, on the other hand, became a villain in the eyes of many fans. Despite the controversy, Zidane's legacy remained intact. He was still celebrated as one of the greatest players of all time, and his headbutt became a symbol of his passion and pride. But what happened to Zidane and Materazzi after the final? And how did this moment shape their careers? After retiring, Zidane transitioned into coaching, leading Real Madrid to 3 consecutive Champions League titles, a feat no other manager has achieved. He became a symbol of resilience and redemption, proving that even the greatest can rise above their mistakes. Marco Materazzi, meanwhile, continued his career at Inter Milan, where he won multiple trophies. Despite the infamous incident, the two men eventually reconciled. In 2010, they appeared together in a charity match, and Materazzi even joked about the headbutt, saying, "I've forgiven him, but my chest still hurts." The incident, once a source of controversy, became a shared chapter in their lives. Zidane's headbutt in the 2006 World Cup final is one of football's most iconic moments. It was a moment of passion, pride, and human imperfection. While some see it as a stain on Zidane's legacy, others view it as a testament to his career, a man who would do anything to defend his family and his honor. What's clear is that this moment transcends football. It's a reminder that even the greatest among us are humans, capable of both brilliance and mistakes.